this lens got detached from the camera and fell, and it was like slow motion. I'm just sitting there in slow motion watching it just bouncing on the dance floor. Okay, I am going to show you all the equipment that I use as a run and gun photographer / content creator. My name is Adrianto, and as I said, I'm a photographer / content creator based here in Sydney. And in this video, I am gonna let you see what is inside my bag, and yeah, show you all the equipment that I use. Now, before I do show you everything, I just want to say that I like to shoot light. So whether some jobs I'm only shooting photography, some jobs I'm only shooting video content, and some jobs I'm doing both. So whether I'm shooting one, the other, or both, I still like to sort of shoot light as possible, because as a run and gun photographer, content creator, you want to be nimble on your feet. You want to move quickly to get the shots that you need. For example, I do a lot of keynote speaking events at home shows and design shows here in Sydney, such as the Build Expo, the Home Show, Mind, Body, Spirit Festival. So I typically go in there and create content for keynote speakers. I also do corporate events, and even then with corporate events, I still like to shoot light, unless they really need sort of high production sort of video, which I don't typically do. I'd love to get into that, but at the moment, the things that my current clients need is just, quick content, storytelling. So yeah, thought I'd get that out of the way first. Okay, I guess we can start with the audio. I have two microphones that I use to record my audio. First one being this Rode shotgun microphone. It just attaches on your camera here with the cold shoe, and yeah, it's a cool little microphone. I've never had any issues with it. It connects to it's not wireless, that's the only thing. So you connect with either a USB-C cable or AUX and aux connector. So yeah, I mean, I still don't mind it. I do use it as a secondary microphone though. I still have it on my camera. Ooh, let me just throw it on. So when I'm shooting video content, I will still have this on the camera, wrap the cord around the microphone and then plug it in. Otherwise, it's going to be tangled everywhere. And as I said, that is my secondary microphone. My primary microphone is what I'm using right now. So as you can see here, I've got the Hollyland Lark M2. I love this little microphone because it is, first of all, it's budget. So the price was great. How much was that? I should have checked the price before I started the video, but it was about $100, $120 on Amazon. And yeah, here's what it looks like in the case. So you get two microphones or receivers. So perfect if you're, recording interviews, maybe even budget podcast, or anytime you're speaking to a second person and you need a second microphone. Yeah, very good. The transmitter is actually on my phone right now. This is what I'm using. I'll show it in a B-roll in a second, but yeah, that's my primary microphone. How does it work, you ask? Because I've got the Rode microphone on the camera, but the Hollyland is a a microphone for your mobile phone only. So how it works is, like I said, I'm only doing run and gun, and most of the time I record dialogue for my keynote speaking clients or interviews at events. So for the keynote clients, for example, what I would do is I would mic them up with the Holy Land, record the audio on my phone. So I'll just have the audio recording on my phone, activated the whole time while they're on stage. And then I also have audio recorded on the camera when I'm running around, shooting handheld footage. So that way, if one fails, I have the other. But also because I have this on the keynote speakers, I get the dialogue nice and clear, which I overlay on top of the visuals for their reels. So I know there are better, more expensive microphones out there that you can just connect straight to your camera, for example, the DJIs and all that sort of jazz. But, I'm not one to be like spending money for the sake of spending money. I look for things that are budget friendly, that are lightweight, small. And also, man, I record a lot on my mobile phone. So that's also why I got the Holy Land, because I do use it for my YouTube videos, for my reels when I'm doing talking heads. So when I was looking for a microphone, I wanted something that I could just throw straight onto the mobile phone. That was the primary reason why I bought it. But then I figured out it works well with what I need to do for my clients as well. So there you go. That is my audio. Hope that all made sense. But yeah, just a debrief. Holy Land Lark M2, very good microphone, love the sound. And my secondary that's on my camera is the Rode shotgun. That is the audio. Lighting. Well, if you've been or if you've seen my other videos, I've made, I think, one video and a couple of reels about on how to shoot nightclubs. And if you've seen those videos, then you know this speed light that I use for my camera, and that is this. Still got the Godox speed light here that I have had for years and years. And, again, it still works. I'm not going to be spending money buying new gear if my current gear is still working and still does the job. So yeah, that's the speed light. I won't talk about it too much because, it's, yeah. I've had it for years. I've spoken about it in my previous videos. What I will say though is, look, let me say this. Just because the price is budget, it doesn't mean the tech is terrible, okay? Especially in this day and age, tech is getting better and better and better and better every single day. So especially budget friendly tech, so I'm never too afraid to sort of buy budget friendly tech, but I do my research before I go spend my money. So this being a Godox, and Godox is a pretty big company worldwide. A lot of people use and love the brand, and I also use and love the brand. And yeah, this speed light, Godox, well done, because it takes rechargeable batteries. It's not your, V1s or what have you, but love it, still use it, and I will still use it until the day it dies. So Godox, if you want to send me a flash as a sponsor, I will let you know when this one dies and send me a new one if you want. No pressure. All right, so that is my flash. The other lighting is this tiny little RGB light that I got from JB Hi-Fi. I can't remember the brand. Influencer. There you go, the Influencer brand. Again, another budget-friendly piece of tech. I think it was $100 or $95, something like that. You can see here it's nice and bright. Very, yeah, I think you get the picture. Again, very tiny, very budget-friendly. Absolutely love it. Very bright. Attaches to your camera on the cold shoe. And I've had this for about 3 years, still going strong. I used it a lot when I used to work in the nightclub scene, and haven't had the chance to actually use it as much as I used to, because now that I'm shooting more sort of daytime corporate stuff, and yeah, but it still is in my bag just in case. There you go. That's my other lighting. What else? Quick one, guys. If you like these types of videos, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Appreciate you. Now back to the video. I will quickly go through my camera and lenses that I have. Again, I have gone through these in my previous videos, and if you have seen those videos, then you know what my camera and lenses are. However, if you're new to this channel, welcome. I will go through it again. My camera is still the reliable workhorse Canon EOS R. Still have it. What can I say about this camera? Tiny, lightweight, fits in my hand perfectly. I absolutely love it for photos. I can't, talk highly enough about this camera when it comes to photos, low light, in the nightclubs, or shooting my portrait work or event work. This camera does it all for me. I've had it for over 5 or 6 years now, and it is still going strong. Yeah, love this little camera. Canon EOS R. In terms of lenses, as you can see on the camera right now, I've got this little 24mm EFS Canon pancake lens. Absolutely love this lens, actually, because I do shoot a lot of street photography stuff, and I use this lens for street photography. Also use it when I need sort of a wide lens when I'm shooting sort of talking head videos or events or portraits. So yeah, nice little Canon pancake lens. The other lens that I use for my wide option is this. The other, another, I should say, EFS Canon lens, the 17-55. Love this lens. This was the workhorse lens that I used when I worked in nightclubs. This was the main lens that I used, simply because I had the wide option, and because it is an EFS lens for crop sensor cameras. It's actually equivalent to a 35 to a 70 mil zoom lens. So love the lens. However, I did drop this one night while I was working at a nightclub. I was sitting on top of the speaker boom box next to the DJ box. I was about 3 to 4 meters high from the dance floor. So it was a 3 to 4 meter drop. Somehow, I have no idea how, but somehow this lens got detached from the camera and fell. And it was like slow motion. I'm just sitting there in slow motion, watching it just, and then just bouncing on the dance floor. But it survived. Well, kind of. The autofocus no longer works, which was expected, but it's still a great lens. So I use it with the manual focus. So yeah, that is my other lens for my wide options. Now, I have this 85mm lens also from Canon, which I absolutely love. 85 1.8. Love this. So I just use this for portraits, really. I'll pull it out every now and then during sort of events or during the keynote events when I want to get sort of those tight, compressed shots while they're on stage. I will bring this out, but very rarely. I sort of just save this for portraits, headshots. I mean, during events, my clients do want to have headshots in the environment, so that's when I'll use that. The other lens that I have is the EF 50mm, also from Canon. And yeah, this and this. These two are my main two lenses that I use all the time in my run and gun work. So that is my camera and my lenses. What you may have noticed, especially you gearheads out there, what you have noticed is, again, with my camera, the Canon EOS R was the very first full frame camera that Canon released, and all my lenses, as you can tell, aren't the RF or the top shelf lenses. So again, I just want to bring it back to the fact that budget gear in this day and age doesn't mean crap tech, and even 5 or 6 years ago, which is when I bought the camera and the lenses, I mean, yes, okay, all right, the top of the line lenses and top of the line cameras, awesome tech, great tech, amazing images, but I mean, the question is, what are we doing? Are we making organic content? Or are we trying to shoot a movie? Yeah, we want to, cinematic and this and that. Look, my clients don't care about that. Well, most of them don't. Okay, the day my clients turn around and say, I want cinematic storytelling, documentary style videos or reels, I will consider upgrading. Even then, I would still attempt to shoot with what I have, because, man, come on, we're artists. We're supposed to be able to, work around these and figure it out. And that's the enjoyment of creating, right? That's the enjoyment of being an artist. It's not about the gear. It's about what you can create up here and then present it to the world. Anyway, that's enough of the rant. Next piece, gimbal. I have the DJI RS3 Mini. And as you can see, I've got it set up for vertical shooting. And because I shoot 95% vertical content for my clients, video content anyway, so it's always on vertical mode. But yeah, the DJI RS3 Mini, what can I say about it? Look, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this one too. I love the fact that it gives me the option to shoot those smooth, buttery, slow motion. especially for B-rolls. Absolutely love it for that. However, I find myself only using my gimbal maybe 40% of the time, if that, because, you know, they look, yes, they're not that big. I get it. The size isn't that big and they are very light. But for my use case and for my run and gun type of work, and again, wanting to sort of work light or shoot light, even this sometimes gets in the way for me. Packing it in my bag, it takes a lot of room. Only having one camera when I'm, you know, doing both photo and video for my clients, you know, it just gets too much to have this as well. I do use it and I absolutely love this slow-mo, smooth footage that I get from it. But I still prefer to shoot handheld video. So love it though, still DJI, great tech, love it. But I still prefer handheld stuff. Speaking of handheld, this is my little mini tripod that I use. Very handy. Obviously use it for my phone, for behind the scenes when I'm wanting to get BTS whilst I'm working. Also, I use it for, and I think if you've been on my channel long enough or seen a few of my videos, then you've seen me use this as a mic handle. There we go. So I throw my Rode shotgun mic on there, and some of my talking heads, you'll see me holding this as well. Only because it's fun to do it and add a little bit of sort of interest in the video. So yeah, handy little thing. Have that in my bag all the time as well. And that is my, oh, well, actually, no. I have my little power bank as well, always in my bag. Although I must admit, I hardly ever need to use this for, I don't know why. I just, yeah, I've never really had to use the power bank. It's in my bag anyway. And the other one, which I also love, is this USB-C to SD card, sort of, so you can transfer your image from your SD card straight to the phone for quick sharing on social media. Yeah, great little handy little gadget as well. This is for when I'm in an event or a nightclub or wherever. If I want to share a video or a photo instantly to Instagram whilst I'm at work, use this, put the SD card straight in, edit the photo in my Lightroom or video in CapCut, instant sharing. So handy, about 20 bucks at JB Hi-Fi, I think it was. So that is it. That is everything, guys. When I am taking everything with me to a job, then everything will be packed in this camera bag that I have. Boom. I might actually shoot a B-roll of this so you guys can actually see the space, how much room you get in this bag. It is from Lowepro, the brand. I actually bought this bag secondhand about 10 years ago from a friend of mine who is a fellow photographer. He was upgrading to the larger size of this brand, and he sold me this one. I've had it for for a decade, I think, and it's still going strong. Yeah, so if I'm packing everything, I will be taking that bag. If I'm packing light, then I will be just be taking this urban bag from Ulanzi. Good little bag, enough room for the camera, a lens, the mini tripod, the microphone. That'll fit in there. I could probably stuff everything in there, but probably not a great idea. But yeah, if I want to pack light, this is what I use. This is actually the bag that I use when I go out on my street photography walk to keep things light. And yeah, got this off Amazon as well, Ulanzi. Nice one, love it. That is it, guys. That is my gear as a photographer slash content creator, run and gun creative. Yeah. If you have any questions, comment below. Let me know what you want to know. Otherwise, see you on the next video and have an awesome day. Peace.